Hello, this is a game played on IGS where black won by 19.5, so a pretty comfortable margin. It was a little bit tricky trying to invade the bottom moyo that failed, but overall black had an early advantage and it kept it till the end. Let's have a look. So Komoku and another Komoku. This time we don't have a diagonal Fuseki. And white played a fancy move at e16 going for outside thickness, then double approach. Now here, white can ignore first of all, attack the top right corner or low. Also, locally, white can play a Keima. This is a move to go for outside thickness. So when black leaves in the corner, white can simply block and go for uh, some power towards the center or push, cut, sacrifice 2 stones in order to get the thick formation on the outside. This is a very common Joseki. Of course, white can also use the move in the game, this double Kakari. Now against this double Kakari, black can usually simply split, go between the stones. Now here, white will attach in the corner, then pull back. Black plays the hanging connection, which is I shape, and usually white will continue with d13 to play aggressive and keep the pressure on the corner. Black comes out Nobi, which is a key point threatening the cut, then jump out in the center. So even if white develops on both sides, black settle his group, being out in the middle. So for black it's very easy to make eyes locally at c18 or jump again in the center. Therefore right now black is center and can go for a big point. So that's a pretty common variation. Now when black comes out like this, white can also try a trick move, which is the jump here, trying to surround everything. And when black pushes through, black has to pay attention to the shortage of liberties. So if black plays Atari here, white will Atari from behind and double Atari. And that's pretty much a disaster for black. So in this case, black needs to cut at c13, so white can't play the Atari at c15 because it's a self Atari. And when this cut happens, there are double Ataris coming up, so white has to protect this way and black extends. And now there are several cutting points on the outside, and the c14 it's already punished and captured. So black has a good result locally like this. Oops, I jump ahead too much. So if black jumps here, attaching the corner, and black can simply fix the corner by playing d17, Hane, and connect. Now, usually white will play hanging connection or jump in order to surround the corner, but this leaves the peep later for black. So black is already alive and can play big point somewhere else. Now, if we go back to c16, white can also attach c17, pull back, and extend for a base h17 or j17. If black extends on the left side, white can just approach the top right corner. So this is a Joseki, but the order of play, it's a little bit reversed. So white starts with e16 here, instead of having the cornerstone, then white approaches, and then when black plays schema, attaching the corner, pull back, hanging connection, and then extend. So it would be pretty much the same formation, but in a different order of moves. So that's the territorial option for white, to attach at c17. So here black took the corner, white played the solid move. White can also play the hanging connection, and let's remove these marks. So it feels like white has c14, which is normally black's extension when you play the classic Joseki. So in this case, black can take away the extension in the top by playing something like k17 or k16, because the corner it's already safe. Now for black, it's also natural to come between the stones here, and it's absolutely fine. So black can split or play away. This attach, it's a bit risky, because white could cut first, then black cuts, white extends. So now, well, black is still alive in the corner, but d14 is in trouble. Black needs to extend here, white extends for a base. When black jumps, white also extends into the top. So this way white will build while black is just running in the middle. But white plays very calm the Hane, black pulls back, and white extends. Here if white wants to protect the left side, white can play the hanging connection. When black jumps out, white extends in the top. Maybe it's an option too. And black doesn't have to cut here. The corner is already alive, so right now it's big to play a Shimari, any kind of Shimari, or go all the way to K16, K17. So the 3 stones in the top, they don't get an extension, and therefore white needs to play another move to stay connected. So this results into pretty much a neutral point wall for white, and then black can play another big point like F3 or inside approach. Cutting here reinforces the corner, but it's just going to make a few extra points for black, and it's got it. So white gets to play the big point now. Black took the corner, but here black can play the pincer. Let's check one Joseki to see how the fight develops. So if this happens, which is a classic follow-up, black enters the top side and radiates out power towards the left, because this is the area where white wanted to build. So playing the pincer takes away white's potential. Oops, jump ahead too much. Let's go back here. So attach to keep the corner. It's also a fine option, but white is actually happy to extend like this and finish the Joseki in one move, both for the left and the right formation. He should have, but white played a different move. So when this pincer is played, white can attach again, then black can Hane, extend, make a base in the top, and also get the formation on the right side. So this way black develops the top and the right, while white is simply coming out in the center. So that's another Joseki that's quite popular with that pincer. So let's go back to the original game. Attach, then pull back, extend, very normal. Then white is expanding the moyo with this jump, but the proper move would be an extension in the top. Then black got a Shimari. Now here black can consider F3 approach. This would be nice to expand the bottom side. Then when white approaches, simply K-mine and defend. For the right side is no longer so interesting for white, because black already has a stone at R14 and can still expand a little bit. So it's more interesting both for white and black to develop the bottom side. When black plays this Shimari, white should come all the way to K3. White played a fancy move for a box in the center, but this way black can extend K3, K4, or of course play F3, and if white defends, extend back to K4. This would be ideal, but white of course will pincer, and actually white can pincer J4 or K4. Otherwise black can come out, then put pressure on the stone, or counter pincer. Yeah, double approach is also a nice option. So if black comes here, white defends, black will put pressure at J4, but the problem with this wall is that it's facing the central stone, so the wall will be kind of meaningless for black. Therefore black can play a counter attack with Shimari, so K3, it's ideal extension for Q3. Therefore white will jump out, black will jump along, white has to protect the left side, then black has to fight and run in the center. This can be also tricky for black, so it's a better decision to go for a double approach. That was nice. White played the right attach, Hane cut, attaching the corner, and here white should actually take the stone at E3, then when black goes down, F3 it's already captured, because this is a basic Joseki like that. If white plays here, and black descends, again to take the corner, later on, black can save his stone by playing E2 or F2. So white will play away. Let's say white plays something like this, then black can save his stone, either like this or like this. No way to separate anymore, so black is connected. Therefore white had to capture at E3. So white played this attach, No B, very good, push. And here black can step on the forward line with the hane and extend. This is a fine way to reduce the left side and the center. Also, black can play an extension from the bottom side, let's say M4, to get into the center. Here, white may hane and even double hane, but then again, black can come in the center, coming from the bottom side and also expand his own moyo. So black cuts like this, white can start the ladder, and the ladder works fine. It comes close to Q3. Let's check it out real quick. But it will just go near Q3, so the ladder is not broken. White can capture. Very close to Q3, but Q3 doesn't affect the ladder, so black is still captured. But if where is the ladder? Yeah. If white starts the ladder, black can play a ladder breaker, then white needs another move. So black decides to push here. White jump. Instead of pushing, which is an empty triangle, and it's a push from behind, black should consider this Suji. So when white pushes through, there's a double Atari on the way, then black is out. Which means white needs to hane or play a jump. And in this case, black can nose the Suji and push along, and then Nobi. So there's a easier way to access to the center and reduce, but also stay connected. So this is pushing from behind. White gets ahead again, and blocks. But actually here, white should protect the top side. Black will hane. White will capture a stone in a net, or also resist with a hane, then Nobi. And this way, white keeps the left side, but also the top is secured. And then play a tsuke here, for example, in order to, expand the bottom moyo. So back to the original game. So white resists with a hane, trying to build a lot in the center, but here black can actually cut. White needs to extend, black will jump in the top and kill the 3 stones on a larger scale. If black cuts, there's a lot of RG in the center. Sorry, if white cuts a G15, then black extends, white needs to protect in the middle, then again black can kill the top, even larger scale this time. So if white defends the top side, black can Atari and extend. Now this move will create Miai between capturing 2 stones in a net or capturing 4 stones directly. Which means white needs to jump here to save the 4 stones, then Atari, and net the other 3 stones to stay connected. If white comes up here, black will just push and catch 4 stones and damage the center, then white needs to come back and connect. It's painful for white either way. So black goes for the top side. And here actually black should connect solid to build 2 more points. Now when white is playing this move, going for a center, black has to resist by playing O4. Usually the follow-up is tsuke, then crosscut, Atari from behind, Atari again, then extend. And in this case, black will capture the corner, and white has some thickness towards the outside, but still black can come and reduce the center. Now for black it's also possible, if black wants the right side, it's possible to play the Kosumi, and in this case white will lean on the bottom stones, then extend in order to set up the box here, but black comes inside with a Keima. This is an important key move for both white and black on the border of moyos. This Keima leaves some agi, and later on white could use it to cut. Black and hane, then hanging connection. So Nobi, white keeps pushing to make a big center. Black can still reduce from the other side. But going on the 4 line is not bad, because it builds a lot on the right side too. Then double up, okay. Now here, normally, white should block this way to enclose the center. Yeah, black jumps in. Black can also play p2, then push along, wedge to create some cutting points, and then jump in here. And on this move, just pull back. So black jumps in, white protects. Oh, wait. We jumped too many moves ahead. Then the clamp move. Now here, white went down, fighting spirit. Black has to cut. This is the way to fight. So white will Atari either from the left or from the right. Then black reduces some points in center and push along in the middle like this. This way, black's territory on the lower side, lower right corner, it's much safer. Now, if white cuts the other way, black can get all these forcing moves and then push through. This will damage a lot of the center. The fight it's even better for black in the middle. So this way white connects, and now it's a bit difficult for black to live inside. In fact here, black doesn't have to play q2 and go k3 right away. So if white jumps in, there's a little co-fight. But white is just too thick, difficult to live in the middle. Yeah, it's tough. So white is going to build a lot here, but that's his only territory. So good idea for black to leave this area and focus in other places on the board. Because in the end, there was no way to make twice. Nice attempt, but it failed. So time to enter from the left side. This hand is actually pretty big. And expand. I mean extend to get into the center. That's a good move too. And now come out. This is all forced. So white already lost plenty of points, losing the 4 stones. So for white, this is pretty much the main territory and a little bit of potential here. But black has the right side, which is huge. Top left corner, and now the lower left also got bigger. So overall, it's still a good game for black. Now black pins at the top. That was a good idea. But there are several cutting points here. Ah, yeah, that push is working because of the Atari. So right now, black should protect at M16. If white plays here, black connects. White needs to connect his groups. Atari first and then connect. And then black can connect under. And the 4 stones died inside the top right indirectly and naturally. So this would be a pretty huge victory for black already. So white cuts, then black defends like this. Black kills the top 4 stones with a lot of surrounding territory. It's also good. Here actually black can connect. If white pulls back, black covers and white needs another move. And if white turns to the left, black plays here. When white connects, black can play a few forcing moves like this, then connect to the top. So the entire group is dead inside the top anyway. It's not necessary to sacrifice 1 stone here. This wedge, not so big. Better connect the stone like this. White panic, but white can actually capture the stone here, or like this. And white can also play the Kosumi, then threaten a snapback, and then play on the second line. No problem if black comes out here. So white was a bit too conservative. And here black can still save the stone by playing e2. Nothing happens. Also, it was to play f2. So when white blocks, black will play another move. If white tries some magic around here, it doesn't work. Black is faster in the semi. Only 3 liberties against 4. So black can play away. In fact, this is a better move. So when white pushes, black will block and it's all safe. Now let's see a missing chance for white in the lower right corner. This push is good. Yeah, here. Instead of cutting, white should play the clamp. If black resists with a push, Atari, then go down and capture the 3 stones like this or like this. Playing here, if black goes inside, still not enough liberties. Nothing to do. So when white plays this move, black can actually go down. But then white plays here, black goes here, white connects, Hane in center. And anyway, white takes a lot of profit in the corner. But this way, black pulled back, and that was it. Here is good timing to play Atari. Then if white cuts, black comes out, white connects, black connects. Now in this case, black should connect solid. Then when white pushes an Atari, all those stones are trapped inside. Playing like this, white found a way to go out. Not much to do. Gotta give up 2 stones. Which actually happened, but in a different order. That's fine. Now push. Black should jump here as the classic move. Like this, white keeps pushing in center. That's a big one. And here, black should take a liberty this way. Because when black plays on the second line, white can push and then create more troubles taking the stone. But here, it's not so much to do. White has only 3 liberties. Nothing works. And if black makes an eye against white no eye, then there is no way for white to approach from the inside. So it's impossible to create any kind of call. But this way, call happened. But that could be avoided. So first of all, black can just descend. This is threatening to play Atari. Now, if white connects under, black will Atari and that's it. And if white tries to resist to keep fighting, black can go down. Like this, black has many liberties. Even if white plays a Hane here to create a call, black can Nobi, then white takes away liberty, black goes Atari. When white cuts, Atari. And on this move, Atari, throw in, take the call. And now it's a call in several steps. It's a much easier call for black to handle. So go down and then descend. This way it eliminates any call option. So white will reduce some points, but that's pretty much it. Black is fine. So now white starts the call. That's a fine call threat. This is correct. And here actually black could take or connect. Then continue the call fight with J2. But it's also okay to eliminate the call. But then black doesn't have to capture because it's 2 against 1. So black has to play a call threat and fight and win the other call. Now the way to connect here is to play the Keima or the jump. If white plays here, there's Atari. When push, take the call. So like this. Black can play all these moves in center. Atari 2 stones, it's also big. And Atari here. Yeah, this Atari is black center. Push, it's okay. On the push, white can actually block here. Nothing happens. That's fine. Small moves left. All center here. Black can take the stone. And on this move, play away. Only when white captures a call, black needs to connect. Actually, Atari and connect this guy. But anyway, black wins by about 20 points, so last 1-2 points. Oh no. Ah yeah, this Atari center and then block, yeah. Otherwise, white keeps pushing here. Sorry. Misclick again. The thing is, yeah, white needs to connect against this Atari, then black has time to come back and protect. And here, black should connect e1 first, and then when white takes the ko, black will connect like this. Then white feels the ko. Because e1 it's worth 2 points. Nice attempt, but nothing works. So white has some quarters in the top. But in the end, that was it. A very good decision for black not to play another move in the top right corner. So pretty solid win for black, even though white managed a big box on the bottom. But yeah, gotta use the cuts in your favor, like this p4 earlier, instead of allowing white to connect solid. So all in all, good game for black. Well done on this one.